Champion on Kaka. Say it looks like I say. Obi any abri share the team.
Obi a share the team now. Say for this week, you know, no near discuss it. Possible inclusions at teams no bet me and share some of the premier now major teams in England. Then I'm a share Real Madrid so kakra. Na Obi any say Florentino Perez I can't say be say COVID-19 you know enya dia obeti sika to ti obeto players kese. Na squad no kra no heavy dada. Iti enya investments be brebekum, but truth be told, across Europe there, yes, in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, no, there are teams ni be brave, no, so no. Of course, Chelsea crash as here. Or more ready some beko drama top players no more ayo majuma. Last season Real Madrid they Eden Hazard and Luka Jovic no nyina eba team no and adia ba kwa yehwe ni for next season the same run team anyway no because Hazard dem say on one kasa gia tum say the worst season in the career and the first season at Real Madrid Luka Jovic so no say or disciplinary issues kakra anti onye the type of player Zinedine Zidane so be you know these boys no say for example Jovic Krasi no say chairman mpanyimfo Antonio dia it means say was say Oman home so and near discuss long-term replacement for Sergio Ramos Eda Militao by no so be born home dia but be bring na cross say Abrantia no Real Madrid for Jane Kwan Kebeboa but Militao susa say be 23 years there yes 23 so he has a lot of room for improvement. Jesus Valero so no Real Madrid no echo Granada on loan or no so a true Madridista wasan by idea me sure say maybe he will create competition for Brandt and Eda Militao. Dayo Apa Mecano so a player unfortunately no extending a contract to Leipzig into bedding say Real Madrid and our team be able to me akofano unya extend contracts are na fresh sana yana ya free team no ayana den kakra and near discussing Mohamed Salisu or so why one option in case Real Madrid for any say Ejuma Brantia friend Eda Militao be dia no any nim dia maybe Salisu 12 million euros there me sure say Florentino Perez any problem emano enti ehwe say na betumi akomedi kan ka say for Koulibaly ni Brantia friend Romagnoli AC Milan for captain no there those two guys are out completely out of the picture. The partnership between Rafael Varane and Ramos near one of the best in Europe. Enti ombe here a backup player bia ono so betumi understudy Ramos now in the long term no what me replacing so for defense how the say Real Madrid will player back once betumi Jane Kwan with defensive area where a be Brandt friend Nacho Fernandez 830 say last season about 8 games per and Nacho onye consistent that's his problem. Enti say ombe Jane Kwan kakra now area back when was a Real Madrid for so san no a defensive midfield area or cover for Brandt friend Casemiro himself with Toni Kroos Federico Valverde ne Mrante na hono omnya natural defensive midfield specialist and actually ono senia Casemiro si bubu nu ya no nyesa na omo etumi ebo omo bo Brandt bi sina kanma Stade Rennais Eduardo Camavinga Brandt no say enkrofoi meka Stade Rennais for no enya new sporting director or to me the said no there's a player enya di omo ebeton for less than 80 million euros enti said no yakwa problem kakra it would have been a great understudy and now betumenya role model you know capacity bia obi say Casemiro betumia din betumia wuramo at age 17 there na say obenyina do be 21 no a top player but clearly 80 million euros especially when buying for the omo gym Paris Saint-Germain for the in fact or a player or sans a French boy as Zinedine Zidane e wo GDS runku woni musa nko betumi asua de Real Madrid but that deal is becoming increasingly difficult for Marcelo Brozovic. I'm not too sure says Zidane be pepe. Marcelo DM say wanyini kakra, and I'm sure say your pesa defensive midfield area how as a cover for Casemiro. Brozovic is a first team player. Intimia shows over Real Madrid na Casemiro, Bona Marcelo Brozovic at the bench. So that will be a challenge. Boubacar Somari, also a player by Kubia, also a French boy or Lille. In fact, Newcastle for Eddie Skaka last season, or close like 30 games and 1 assist. He's just 21 years. Again, a French boy. I'm sure says Zidane. It was our relationship with me a player. So Real Madrid are still on the market looking for some alternative. But as an African, many budget Sanke ko AC Milan asue ko for Brante friend Ismail Benassar, because Benassar is 22. We shared this season more 33 games for AC Milan, 1 goal, 1 assist, and of course, in evaluation market value near 17.5 million euros. Benassar will be a great player. So by Real Madrid, manage budget Papaye, Mark Roca, also on also Espanyol, the Espanyol core relegation, and 16 million euros you can have him. But a lot of the the top 5 leagues in Europe clubs now or more HAC Brantie way. Sandro Tonali on Susina Kaima Brescia for him some core relegation, most likely some core relegation. Matse Barca for the 65 million euros plus 2 players. In fact, when you have 3 caps for the Italian national team already, 34 games at age 20. When you have 3 caps for the Italian national team, one great player, almost possibly he could become the next Gennaro Gattuso for the Italian football. Yeah, sure how that will also pan out. But I guess for Real Madrid, the basic in terms of replacements, to improve the team for next season, to me I cover for Brante friend Casemiro. Creative midfield hono Luka Modric, as well 34 years. Me sure say in penny 4 here say and convert to Ombosono Omo Ebenya replacement to me Amano. Real Madrid player on loan at Real Sociedad themselves or be peso be extending in loan deal but Senya Modric see ball following the restarts can't COVID-19 no yetina fie kakra sa ba bi Senya Modric LED from midfield the Boama Real Madrid to me winning the Spanish Primera Liga says Zidane besan consider na man maybe a year now to me see akaya Real Madrid but sankaye so Martin or the guard beba number to me Jam Modric kwan either so be call Saudi and now be call Gulf region and be call China and be call US because at a 34 getting to 35 there now was a Real Madrid for a player for Oba name Fabian Ruiz Rena Jesus, but you see Rena Jesus player no problem they say Real Madrid for non-EU quota Real Madrid are failed that Militao Vinicius Rodrigo into some players me and let's say Real Madrid turn Militao because Vinicius and Rodrigo there Obianim say omoya untouchables within this Real Madrid setup. Striking area honosuno yen to me fire ni end to a Brante friend Mariano Diaz so yen to me fire ni end to a Brante friend Karim Benzema de bia no ebo into I was say a pair other options a bit to me aboa for Mbappe and a Brante friend Halad DM say they are completely out of the picture for this transfer window but Harry Kane your player say Europa League DM say Hoben is a hono sa level na konya Madrid Champions League football ibibo ankebebo but he's also aging. I'm not too sure so no so be say oba be backup to Karim Benzema. Raul Jimenez on so Wolverhampton Wanderers no so no on say one option and campaign for her and can so ebetumi abo I mean say Alvaro Odriozola de ono na eba abede the backup for Branty a friend Dani Carvajal. So in essence most likely say at a 35 Real Madrid beja Luka Modric kwanya a Branty friend Dani Ceballos ye remember Arsenal for the second year running. Now Branty friend Brahim Diaz so no most likely somebody in Becolona here say Hetefi are interested in the services. James Rodriguez there and come to Atletico and Kebeme de Pa and Naso Baba Coca Carlo Ancelotti no be Juma Amati my friend Everton. Gareth Bale so contract baby 2022 on crowd they boy amane say ono the obet now or person now no gini sika nyina into yanso yebeboa no amanat because say China and Kwan no betumi atua sika na oje Sergio Reguilon so no Marcelo bet na 1 year into Reguilon so Sevilla hɔ no ɛyɛ den on be man atoa so Lucas Vasquez so no at age 29 ɛwɔ se ɛhwɛ ne yɛgya ne kwan na yɛma Rodrigo no ne Vinicius no makwenya no so etumi esom Nacho Fernandez watena bobokuo nim for close like 15 years into ono so no ɛwɔ se yɛgya ne kwan na ono so etumi ɛkɔ Barcelona so yɛ de chairman am say bebre na begina elections betumi akɔ so somewhere in June next year I will say Victor Font na yɛ na dwen say ono no person otu Mr. Bartomeu yɛ say problem so Messi kasa no kasa senia nyoma si ɛkɔ so team nim na ninji dia were implications on the elections inti transfer bɛkɔ so wɔ Barcelona so yɛ no kra no de am say bebre na begina new president obeba in 2021 we say Victor Font kra de waka say or the Xavi and Puyol no nyina betumi aba now there even reports say players no person anka Patrick Kluivert be share Mr. Setien and them no bibia so etumi etodin e wo ma share now next season no there was a Barcelona for here as first of all and the dikan any abrantia friend no Lionel Messi mpempi no team missing now so last season and this season e twa me about close to like 30 games or share 30 goals 26 assists and 42 games in all competition. Messi so got 33 years. Inti MC retirement ni mwana aka abro so aye be 4 or 5 years. Na Messi etumi abobo. Inti how is Barcelona preparing for life after Messi? And of course the contract extension also no I was saying penny 40 na no money can so beto aso ana odani ebe chebe be foforo. Inti I was so mo hesa area ho. Of course Barca team no so no penny for na wom no ya doso. Suarez 33, Piqué 33, Vidal 32, Rakitic 32, Busquets 32, Jordi Alba 31, Miralem Pjanic ono so bani 32. Inti impanyimfo no ya doso. Inti was some better players bi kura na e was nkwala na etumi awuram yanim so mo Carlos Yana, Ricky Ponge, Ansu Fati no nyina wo ho. But I guess in the future they'll have to be looking at a lot of things. But you see from the 2015-2016 season Barcelona for assay sika bebre or transfer market nim close like 300 million euros. Coutinho say no or mo ka bibia bom Barcelona sikom betua at the end of 5 years obedi wo Barca hona 150 million euros. Adan Turan buyer, Alex Vidal buyer, Andre Gomez buyer, Paco Alcacer buyer, Malcolm buyer. Players we mu nyina no Barcelona for an sheda enyam faso bia na almost scouting department kra sense COVID-19 ya bay almost scouting department say nipa du na wo ho a o mate so aka nipa enum. Usually the scouting department can have like 18 scouts no anya chief scout or no bedano inti Barca scouting department ono kra no o mapam nipa bebre because players o mo recommend ba no eya mpempi en shedan so ani yeah make us say and I make us say Abrante friend Hazard any Abrante friend Lukajovic this next season yeah hwe animu so mo de mo be ko animu no me hwe animu so bi say Frankie de Jong say ne injuries ne to din na bibia ko yie dia even Matisse wan hwe Busquets Fenerbahce 4% be fa no enti eno so kra na wo say Barca for hwe ne yie because Busquets there mo man be 2 years bi na mo pay better replacement bi obetumi am understudy no and san mo tumi aton Abrante friend no Sergio Busquets Frankie de Jong there next season me expect say obe hit the road running in a fantastic fashion on this season try me and season ye wo mi ya mu no man sheda hu Frankie de Jong ye into was so no so the modern mono etumi akọ nanim obi say Rafinha most likely so betumi aba Carlos Yana or Real Betis on loan on so besan ba and Abrante friend Ricky Ponge and kwala ne de omani Ansu Fati no no I was say Barcelona man kwala na kwanya bebre no so etumi esi akan Umtiti de am say Umtiti at age 26 he pride dininya inti ankomo ma Abrante friend Jean-Claude Todibo or call loan was Schalke 04 omoma na kwanya no so be shemu because Umtiti no it looks like say it's the end of the road Junior Fipro so entumi anya a backup ye ama Abrante friend no Jordi Alba say Junior Bemwa utumi say no Barcelona for Africa Jordi Alba ye backup no aya branch back where friend one Mirinda ono so si akan ono so Cologne e wo team friend Schalke I'm sure say Barcelona for Bemanaba na ono so abesi akan amomo Musa Wage ono so Senegal ni okọ World Cup crying to Russia 2018 na so players e wo ho no Nelson Semedo nom na Sergio Roberto nom ni akwala ni wonya bi mo kamisusu anka Barcelona for be di akwala be Cologne biom na wakosua de na wasan aba ama team no modem no so atumi aso nanim abrante omkofa no Martin Bransworth ne de e so mu jane kwan na Osman Dembele last season about 9 games no share 1 goal per ohwe sika e de turn na why disappointing kakra me sure
on Omaboka
intimina
they just have to cut their losses no more
but Osman there and come on minim some be jane kwan there because clearly he's bringing nothing good to this Barcelona setup. So a lot will depend on the election, the dynamics. No, senior Bessi Akonyame Buachina, Yeberum Juventus.
Nyambua
Saturday Juventus ni AC Milan. Yes.
No. Yeah. Observe no. Because Muslimi for no. A special day for winning Kamufu diagram. I want to Kamufu to say ebia. Me amedi agro akotia line na yimusa na ntimi minim sa e wono a special to Obama na Kromo last class no ni obia Salah no nyina no me chairman no pay okay ababa nsu tissue no yes ababa okay na answer na beba fie no teams awodo no omo kits ebi leaked ebi o a leaky as a teams no I say Liverpool almost second August on unveil but a leaky what you say Real Madrid they leaky but Uyama Arsenal they are band for change Jesse Abenina
the biamu de mumu Jesse de BF
Liverpool they need so here live on Facebook some of these pictures but nyabutre ejare open them akwa where we are no akwawi na gasemse na zeno ayino covid no fantin kaka okay where Real Madrid didn't Real Madrid new kits for next season Efro
no cry no
ebi no dey bi ato I say oga dey maybe Ghana jersey bi omo ye ne sa dey as Kentebi and you design bi Real Madrid jersey na fa and this one Obi Meto bako achew. Meto original bako.
Fantastic.
Meto original bako. $90, $100.
Yeah.
Mato. Remember the amount. My church Obi.
Yes.
I promise I know how many. Meto bako achew Obi. Oh they. Oh change the bazona magazine me to be abroad. To be on them got them do am nya say kago be $10. Ade nyang nya ibi anti. Eti where Real Madrid yenko free Real Madrid no na yenko anim
Man you the NFL
man you just read it
very nice this is a nice
yes it's really nice it's really
I'm
nice
for design so
say just you know one of the means that teams need Nyeska so I just say replicas no enti also season biano also first bo team wo ebi also this season like an away say we come for ta maybe I share home no 2 years maybe I was home no and it's hard in anti where Manchester United where just say leaky about just say teams no I know na omo no next season every Manchester United yanko Juventus just in the FA because Juventus just in the shape players no so nice and I know say Govido say now will buy one because Govido say na last season or to original kits Govido say na the equipment so to €80 as a €85 and almost 100 we kai Govido say na to just in the buy say you some say I say the original the winner because that time we original India and media there's no say difference no so pangakaka ebe we Dybala I was say on Juventus just with the money unique here on how almost say almost has a gold a year tro you know where Adidas no ni Juve you know ni Jeep na dominate
and I say old our classic feeling
yes
old feeling
so Juventus say no man a touch of modern ikaka Cristiano Ronaldo na bone de no enti where Juventus just here they call into next season and so no now yen share what's the need to okay where Barcelona okay Barcelona didn't need
where Barca Jesse
too much
FL bad day bad no baby na Messi ni emu shebi ajare guy na we there we win am pay anyway. Me must send you what the
which were future man.
We there for say we the on India. Normally young teams no almost change just now. They always look out for something really nicer. About bringing out a lot. I mean, team the tradition should be known. What I say, and this master this way F. And I will be only
nice.
Arsenal didn't back
Wow. Arsenal then acquire a club T-shirt power. We'll be to me a shark or program. Wow. Arsenal the Jesse self.
Arsenal just the ultimate cross or
modern aka.
Arsenal Jesse there. Over to the cross. Jesse never fair.
Very nice Jesse.
Now Jesse way.
Jesse.
Me a young for more UK no. Minister Bambola 80 shoe no.
Very nice Jesse.
Alasan suti.
I can't
Tottenham. But we mami too I'm say we your walker. Oh. I'm too so UK on so we just in there. Gwasa there no me home no back, ma je away no back, no ma je third kit no back. Asa just in there. Na me anu kwani. So we just here for power, we just here for design. No, so they must say you're red. No, oh, this is effect. This is effect. This is effect. Say, you need to get to that side. Then effect.
NG too.
Oh, you need to get to that side. Then effect. Is it them saying you need to get to?
Oh, nice.
Now, Chelsea then got almost say, I know, almost said your boy. Well, last night 390 buy 103 and I jump 3. Almost call an header 3 baby. But my way in effect.
Wow.
That way design is really nice. Away design the F pa.
Away na feature home.
Away design F pa. I must say Nicola no. Yeah, really nice. With the Chelsea for my idea by intimate to Arsenal at the end of the day, but my idea.
Tell me what Man City for then. City for Jesse no a classic Jesse whichever.
So I by to us at the end F pa by to us at them. Man City dey use them today sea blue no nam dey white meaning none in the moon say na really nice. Really nice.
Man City there now, Man City. Very nice Jesse. Very nice Jesse. We so ne modern one was wrong. Inti otokra arehobia ni achire.
And we
chama Jesse we.
On my way.
Where Jesse?
Where them to be?
Very nice. You just wait there boutique atade o.
Just wait say shirt. I say shirt and I say the ball life no. Kebi, thank you. Kebi has sent a message saying, I'll buy you one of the Asadis. Let me know if anyone is coming over. Definitely. Aye, when you ask when you back, we say to Kebi home. I'm 2 hours away. And one no. Kebi, I'm in show. Now, Man City for just in the F.
Yeah.
On my way there.
Yeah.
On my way there. Now, Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
And so, Eddie, it's where jerseys are. Teams are on next season and the room. It said yeah. Now some of the Ghanaian clubs are going to do season the bar no much change on jersey no. The only sad things here and tall jerseys are but Inter jersey way there. Wow. Inter Milan away jersey no.
Inter Milan.
By Inter so no jersey. Nah jersey there Inter there. Inter there no jersey. Inter there.
The bia
you know more homes. Inter jersey no so. Inter jersey no so bad. Inter jersey so far they are winning Abasona then about go win each other
but PSG so bad o PSG.
But AC Milan Pima no so fepa. The only sad is AC Milan is a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
AC Milan can hear but Champions League AC Milan ba home. Na no kwa na usu home gwa na o defend.
Omni Arsenal nyina no akwaya Hussein.
They say I didn't come be asama na
the sleeping giants na no abobɔ no ye. AC Milan wo ho, Inter Milan wo ho, Arsenal wo ho.
Inter body omo ntu zo me sleep.
Omo gra. Inter de wadache. Juventus, sorry,
okay,
PSG.
Where PSG? I'm suggesting no bad. PSG just is really nice. And over justice teams no omunyina year is on Babeshana. It should tell you something. It should tell you that teams no omo come no omo call him AC Milan wow.
Unya Madrid dear bakuna unya Man City dear no bakuna unya AC dear.
Inter. Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal dear.
Arsenal then they say near the top. So far they are in NFA.
Man, you just in a few.
Arsenal then a fetching in.
Man, you just in a few.
Just wait. Oh, Mama, yes,
Arsenal dear.
Mama, yes, okay. Barcelona didn't. Yes. Barcelona didn't. And this you guys who biscuit as our phone we are saying. The other competition gets a tier no or the James. Okay, therefore, where what your favorite European club? Jesse on Barbashan the next season. And so and yeah, chairman. And I Shannon soon said the bear. Mr. When I've been so maybe I'm for my friend. Say Omupebi Andy say or Andy so Jesse be our tongue. Andy so Jesse be our tongue. Now the 10 say Andy Jesse no. Okay. Oh dear. Dr. Chidi say. Okay. Andy so Jesse be 0541 97 9052 0541 979052 Chamaiji Andy Jason there and be na abashe Chamaiji there Kwasna so Chamaiji Chelsea the Chelsea shop near Jibakuni at Trechi Chamaiji okay, young man, something so. And here your favorite European club, Jessis, no, and on a for Eddie Chamono. Okay, B5 Plus Group, B5 Plus Limited. Young Kamo Bianti said, Unim say B5 Plus, and they're the largest iron and steel manufacturers, any traders in Ghana for over 20 years. Omed the Jume wa Ghana ha biaye be oman obi trust yomo to get their work done. Selpe iron rods, bars, wire rods, selpe nadwa wires behind nail wires no. Selpe nadwa nankasa, selpe sheets, ope pipes, tubes, fittings, and our steel balls. Ningina no baby also do any channel a B5 Plus Limited. Na B5 Plus Limited no. The ma omundu medie no Domusron kono say almost said the nya butre ya de ne ye enti say oni omudi juma na nya omade na de ye udi do juma onim so nya the best in terms of quality no the very best anyway nya onim say omo state of the art engineering house a omudi omujuma ni nyina enti B5 Plus for eye juma ma wa say dem diga kan no na say what wedi enti mesraw say udi juma bia wo hia sa ne ma nyina bia aposo ye bi ma no also do ani chim e o ma say omo pom barrier barrier a flower road omne air kingdom transport in the din hwanimu ewo eye enkrai sanso ena eye kantamanto mo ho kasoa omo ena agbobulushi and so no original offices into Kumasia obaha swami afrancho magazine eho ena also do ani kire B5 Plus Limited omo ho sanso na takrade Airport Ridge, Lagos Town, opposite Mount Olivet Church, also more, and at Tamalinso, a Silver Rose guest house in Chewa, Obuhuamo, and so Honum. Omanam Banini, a 0244 331635 0244 331635 and also be check on website na www.b5plus.com B ni a normal B no actual 5 na plus no so a PLUS na any na carbon as one word na .com and one no B5 Plus one-stop shop for iron and steel where quality costs less. Omo ekadwadi ho na yede dwumadi yede eba ye ba fie ni aba be hwe afisam no na ye hwe afisam no bari gaga sa Dr. Chidi and so Dr. Chidi a doctor for a Ashanti Gold. Doc ye mo akwa ba
oh merasa
say bi aboko there
fine.
Okay. The 10 set for Doc. tree ne brofo be fra nkakaka ba bi abrofo be more enti ye nyina ye ntena se as go na medicals no matimi aye players nyina medicals na wi
yeah timi aye nyina. So we're done. We finished that was yesterday, formally yesterday.
Okay. Then I'm share with regards to medicals. Then particularly mo ye ho adwuma.
Like we using the FIFA protocol, which is a pre-competition medical assessment. It's not just the usual screening or medicals that's probably we know or we think. This is intensive. Actually, we do the ECG, which is very important. Like I said previously, lots of African players have died on the pitch from sudden cardiac death. So us go as a team, we're taking it seriously. And aside the ECG, we also checking the musculoskeletal system. I mean, for football to be played, we need total integrity when it comes to the muscles, joint, tendons. So, I mean, myself and my medical backroom staff, we examine the players ourselves. Aside that, we also take medical histories from them, family history too. We know there's a link between the sudden cardiac death and previous family history, like diabetes, hypertension. We just want to make sure holistically the players are fine. And with the ECG, if we find anything, there's something called the Seattle criteria. I mean, in black players, some changes on the ECG are normal. Okay, but probably if it's been seen in the ER, it can be considered an emergency. But for black players, it's normal. But if we find anything extra, we go ahead and do what's called the echo. And that looks into the heart, and we try to make sure there's no structural defect in the heart.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah.
Now, COVID-19 test.
With the COVID, I mean, that's really my area of interest. It's been something I said. I mean, for football to start, the real thing has to be done. So we wrote to the KCCR, and they replied back and said. They are willing to help us do the COVID test. So hopefully I just submitted the list of the players and the backroom staff. So we have 45 players, in total 45 players, and 14 backroom staff, including both the administrative and medical backroom staff and other backroom staff that will be going for the COVID test. So hopefully, let's be looking at early next week. Yeah, and we'll go in badges. We're still trying to, follow the protocol, preventive measures. So probably might go in badges of 4s or probably 5, depending on what is given to us by KCCR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is some of your players are being tested because it be more contractual issues. I know, and hard drink if it be almost sorted out, that means that also be separate medical. That's an administrative part, but I mean, the players, I was given a list of players. Yeah, although it was more of a blind screening, I don't really know the players. Okay.
Yeah, but I knew there are a few players who have, issues. But I think the CEO would be the best person to speak about.
Would you recommend all the clubs in the Ghana Premier League, when go through the same medical screening?
I mean, it's football. Mm-hmm. And football, it's there's no new football, it's still the same old football. So I feel everyone has to go through the protocol. It's still the same life. Every player's life is important. Every backroom staff is important. Be it, Ash Gold or any other team. So I think it should be unified, and we should stand by the protocol. So every team should go through the process.
Ghanaian players, but your experience with them, some of your medicals now. It is you think are they that fit, because there are concerns about the fitness of our players.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, like I said, the people think, Ghanaian players, I've been looking at my cohort, the Ash Gold players, people think Ghanaian players, are probably not really educated and probably they're far from understanding, but I'm very impressed with, all the players I've seen so far, without prejudice. They're very enlightened because they ask lots of questions. Every single thing that I'm about to do for them, they ask questions, they ask why I'm doing that. I think, it's not the way people think generally, but I think it's. I just leave it at that.
Okay, all right. I therefore, Dr. Chidi waha, ono ene Ashgold team no Dr. Hansen and say on my medicals. You know, bomb about to say idea was a club singing no obi are no ye be because. Medical seven and one of the be over players as a player be a park so na play now doc boy a player who is always exercising. Yes, when you're cardiac arrest. Doctors so there be almost any exercise. Inti I don't know say exercise na ya na say yam be fufu bi ni enter baby.
Yeah, that's a good question. When you look at the heart, okay, like I said, in where we come from, the coach team, the grassroots football. I mean, from day one, even at 8, I mean, whatever age you report playing football, we should have a baseline cardiac assessment done. And well, in our sub-region, it's difficult. Well, I stand for correction. It's difficult to have those things done. And for exercise in itself is good, of course. You need exercise, to keep fit. At the same time, there are studies that have shown that exercise can actually induce, it can be one of the predisposing factors to induce sudden cardiac death. And it's been shown, of course, no player goes to the football pitch and just stands. I mean, they run around. We can see, so rest in peace, Mark Vivian Foe and the rest of them. Yeah, so exercise in itself too, it's one of the risk factors for. But the most important thing here is to state clearly that those players or the player involved should have a predisposing factor. It should have a structural defect in the heart. Most times, that's really what's the linkage. It's not just perchance. They have already underlying issue. Okay. That wasn't seen, and that's why the pre-competition medical assessment is very, very, very important, extremely very important.
Okay. Yes. Say, for doctor, I credit number for general issues because they say COVID by IASM kase. They say COVID no, they say who you are going to win channel. Akwa bibi oho. They say also boost to your immune system. Na ame say obia one theory. Ebi say unya ginger. Ebi say unum sobolo. Ebi say udi fruits. Ebi say uchakaka. Na in 4 minima say virus bi wo gbebu serious COVID dia sababa antini nyina eba be bisa ho nsem ho my club be onema on the do sa American nsem say anani age eti Dr. Chidi wa ha obi doc wa ha ye na di juma kom se bewi eti meko other stories so no ba once aba na they say emse asa just be nya be focus ya because pakwesi me nya pakwesi so UK Pagosi kwa don't even kasonto. You will no only choice. Na okay there and rebaso. Kumasi Asante go players. And so on himself Friday nyame adu match na idada. Na kodoko Muslim players kakra wum. Enti empanyimfo a omoda kodoko team na no board no member back. It looks like Shatali Godfather. Sir Obizo Ohuno.
Yeah.
Dr. Kofi Amwaban of Rigworld. Ono decided say obeye bibi kakra de ama Muslim players no mokotoko no enti through the special assistant Ellen of Elle's Bakery or your arrangement my players no pictures no kwa ho ejai begu Facebook am yare omomo emo anwa kakra ne some sardines sani wani mano enti players no Ibrahim Danlad Abbas Mohammed Osman Ibrahim Mudassiru Salifu Nabi Keita and Wahab Adams and the chance players ama no muni hono Habib Mohammed ne Abdul Ganiu Ismail na the chance Omo muni wono kra ne se omo de no omo send their mom omo di mobi a de beto their mom but mobile money scar kra so ka hu nje ne omo twa omo de no mo mobile money okay e de etwa their mom mobi a ye nti e ko so asukwa da sa adwumadi no e ko so nti ade kakra no so eye e de ama eye muslims a omo na de we
we dey we be ball penny na ba so wa ya de no nko so na ye donation kotoko board member Steve Evelyn Siasa so eko ni chrome I am free apa denchra on so ko chiche sanitizers ne face masks ne saa nneɛma no so ɔno so kɔ ne mpɛsua so ɛkɔkyekyɛkyɛ saa nneɛma no a kyɛ sɛ yɛa ne sa ɛyɛ Upper Denkyira West Breman ne Ayamfree hɔ no ɔkɔkyekyɛ nti kɔtɔkɔ board members no ɛm sɛ adɔyɛ no ɛyɛ na nkra me nsa ka ne sɛ salaries no ɔmo yɛ ho adwuma
salaries 2 months na ɔmo ntua boys no ɛka na report amenya sɛ Dr. Kofi Amoaba no Edisa say he's paying.
Oh, okay.
On way to accountant no atro check and a man say otua tin account like
but chairman question I'll be bizarre into kotoko accounts no hwe nem.
Said the ga go dey hwe nem. I don't know what to bizarre. Bibi damanga Dr. Chidi says this girl the chey. Yes, I don't quite a car na ho.
Hwe na accounts nim.
There we hwe nem.
But CEO no chawa isa about this cry saka say on seed money of 1 million Ghana cedis.
1 million Ghana cedis, that's 10 billion
Ghana cedis, yeah. No, so they are sharing jumedi ase.
Oh, okay.
So that would be a nice push. So the Nhyira some bet your boys.
Well, my parents say about but if you saw by I think he's mostly in the news. Maybe on the youngest guy on the board, maybe and also Enzo Kawa. But his love for Santiago the Kwem say wachra mu bi ewu. Say 2 months no. Also mushia omo new money be also omo ye because board no also omo take you over na also omo have financial BBA and also omo go through no maybe answer no metima I all those payments into no na etua and yes or they book to go boss or they check.
Okay.
But don't say the no say otua go boys 2 months salary no.
Okay.
Otua makoto otua enkoye ka say go to the ka nti go so mutua otua de ache. Ejano so I was here about basunti. Well no so den samaba you say as gold so I say Shafi Mumini it is a branch no the contract abewi am say onye na so obe extending the contract no with Ashanti Gold na no na as gold CEO say Shafi no omo as gold no kra no yenti asemo ni kanu de kaka do TCU.
Oh yeah, Shafi is a good player and everything, but in everything you do, like you always get to see people better than like the people you're dealing with, and you always try to get people that you can actually benefit from. So with Shafi, it's not like a big problem where I would say maybe he did something or we just don't want him on the team. But the thing is, the coach felt like with his performance and the couple of videos he's seen of Shafi, he felt like he wouldn't fit in his style of play. And I think Shafi's manager also got him in Romania, so he actually working towards that. So he felt like there was no point, his contract was used, so he felt like he just had to. I can say right now, like the coach actually, had a couple of strikers, and we've been able to right now. So now I can still have 6 new strikers right now. And with the strikers I'm talking about, I can't really say much, but I just want to play football for them to know that we have better strikers, right?
Uche asama as go CEO can I just say Shafi no the modern mono were meet standard no cranty enti omo hana janam na kona coach no better strikers asemu obi the same general well but Habib Mohammed of Asante go so say Ojidi say Shafi so obakotokwa obey a good addition to the Kotoko team.
Once I begin for one time I approach me from Shafi, if so journey, a very good deal here. Oh, my number from Ashgo local blasters near Shafi player be any moment be any time be obey my making obey my surface of the game. Yeah, my some more approaching or somewhere. It's all journey a positive.
Well, as God CEO said, Shafi were good, all right, but there are better strikers around, and they were making cuts. They just had to let him go. And I'm a Shafi going to be any home. I'm just on my contract. So now you go to renew no more and renew. And you go say a quiet to say. As a miti standard and it's hard no. But for Santiago go defend Habib just say a very good addition to the club into Shafi join here. A very good. Yanko a bad nego tete. A new striker for Hearts of Oak. Sally Hearts of Oak no because of COVID inti. And Nadia I can see Ebiawa obetibesi I can Ediama Hearts of Oak. But also Noah has set a personal target for himself. as a footballer. And the Osi Akama Hearts of Oak, no, the personal target is to win the Ghana Premier League with Hearts of Oak, no Sonia chance. And so now representing Ghana in Africa.
Target is a Nyambeya Doma Hearts of Oak, a winning league. Now what team representing Ghana or Africa. I mean, me target as a player, as human being, as Hearts of Oak supporter. Me target, me Ankasa, me do my own day. Any minimum dear, ever can't me no be no ya make sure say 11 years dream no say na po be my own dream ya this year abem no this year so nyame be ya as a folk 11 years dream of winning the league
well and I know ya abad nego tete said you about Pobiman so na just also kasa for Pobiman project no ho and also nin sama or they atuja for Pobiman project Hearts of Oak asha say no so
joy mommy I didn't I was say in by this time a bit order that but you're part of the world younger say it's sena eti me could be my normal signify a good thing and a very 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 good future of Accra folk. But in was said that in order that I say po in on every fear intermediate me I am there say obadi onyima 9 months ntimi nyima ndena obewele hasenyim oguso owo nyame ya adamo bi po bi mana useful to Ghana mindina
Inti hasenyim 9 months no has bewo eno eyen sama abednego tete e dey atuja on Hearts of Oak CEO Frederick Moore say teams ni nyina obi am prepare because their football is coming back here in but I say Hearts of Oak particularly they will bring them back into Hearts of Oak on glory days no.
I would say everybody should be prepared and be ready and keep safe. We all have got a common goal. We all want football to be better than it is. We all knew when Ghana was playing, or some of us, the older ones among us, knew when Ghana was playing in African Cup and we were winning. We knew when Hearts was playing and we were winning. We want to bring those days back. We want to bring the love, the real love for football, and football will give an enjoyment. Right. Our economy is not the greatest in the world, okay, but for a long time we've been happy about football. It's the #1 sport in Ghana. So those are the things I would say, and I would say that if people have got contribution to make.
I know Hearts of Oak CEO Frederick Moore nin sama odi atuja no na minim se bia me sure say for dodo na se ukọ online portals ahodo na by now the work story way GFA announces ad hoc compensation committee IF FA communications department the babonting say omayi owura ye Frederick Moore me born a voice ya our chief executive officer for Accra Hearts of Oak Sporting Club as the chairman of that committee. Now other members 3 other members Wilfred Kwaku Osei dodo na friend Palmer our president of Tama Youth Football Club the Lali Senayo CEO for Interlies also omde aka hunti about 3-man committee chaired by Frederick Nana Kwaku Moore. Now in semi buy and it says Palmer declines, Palmer say now Miami checks Kakobi. My investigation into this matter. Now I post just say FA president Ankasa for phone. FA Osego Palmer. Now friend on when you know. And Palmer FA back. If I don't friend now I say ujina phone so they say utimi through be no ujina phone so now about waiting.
Yeah.
Kaneno Kenya sa kanena na phone no kase na yinti no. But they say and waiting and our friend back it's your informing so Jumadi say number say man because of say the finance background on this adena say a committee ni Jumadim and also so committee guys on Jumadim and Shadan what by 3-4 days a Jumabi no come no so Odoma say omodi bibisa breno name also those consultations are hold because team no nipa na eye and team P4P no so oni nipa any wom ti o say oni omokasa inti obemo mumwae eno achi na nwumre team P4P for Nyomu Komokrenye never communicates the Babonting say Omanemu ad hoc compensation committee apama kaho na mu ready team P4P for no the matter so mu ready at the end no mu kudru ase ono say say I said the last paragraph no I say currently the GFA has been using the sitting allowance approved by the previous executive committee before the coming into office of the normalization committee, and that executive committee had President Ketokreku on it, it had Osegogu Palmer on it. Apama say there's all to talk go na go check Obuabeni enti consultations no crowd there oguso ye there, but report say from a very close source insider into P4P camp just a Palmer Joadino Nyadia obey.
Wow.
Nyadia obedi sejumano and so edi amomo na say no any and some no said the isite eti wa I know yeah every some member so bejo comment there but me Dr. Chidi nwie
okay
doc enye ntie say clubs ni bi clubs ya approach you and say medicals ye bi mo na Premier League clubs no.
Oh no.
So far,
no. I'm just doing my job for Ash Gold, and I mean, no, I haven't.
It is say obi approach you say be almost you hear more kakra for more players, say be medicals now with me, and now extremely Ash Gold.
Oh, I mean, I'm working for Ash Gold, but when it comes to health, you can't monopolize health and advice to health. If they need any advice and in any support, definitely it's food. It's to benefit Ghanaian football. So I'm available to anything.
Okay. Yeah. Doc, no crese and me back COVID nasems. No crese. You say COVID no virus no chewa about minimum kaka. Oh. Na why is this trabia? Oh. So we can trabia out just.
Yeah.
Na luka no they are not dini bia. Ne trabi ne 4 minima. Anyway.
Oh, it's a myth. I mean, that's not true. There are no studies. I mean, I'm a doctor. I work with studies. I mean, there's no study to show that. But I guess with all due respect, I guess it's one of the African beliefs. It's far-fetched. So I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. Yeah, I don't think it's true. No, I don't think it's true. From the medical point of view, I don't think it's true.
But Nim tree now, Nim tree.
Oh, basically for me, because I mean, Nim tree in itself, yes, it had some anti-malaria properties, but the issue with herbs is the toxins. Okay. And that's why I mean even all those drugs that are packed in the pharmacy stores. I mean they are locally they're extracted from herbs, okay. But they have to go through purification, take away the toxins that are dangerous to the liver, the kidneys. Those two organs suffer a lot. So the neem tree causes a lot of renal issues and liver issues. Oh, okay. I've seen a lot, but people don't actually understand. When you tell them, they feel they can climb trees and cut the leaves and drink, but that's not true. That's not true. I mean, I met someone yesterday who walked into the hospital with a bottle, actually, with the neem tree. The asked what was that? It's a neem tree. I mean, it's called dogoyaro or something. I mean, that's the name. Full bottle, and it was the big size of the bottle. And he was drinking it liberally. So I actually asked him to stop it. It's like he said it's helped him for. He's not had coronavirus. Like, has he tested? He's like, no, but he knows he doesn't have coronavirus. So those are wrong beliefs. But I mean, that's what we live with, but it's not true.
I'm a for one tree, no the ginger can the Obi. I'm for the shellokai.
I would advise people to desist for such things. Anything that's not clinically proven. There's a difference between loving Africa and the other side, because there's always a thin line. Because most of these pathologies, you may not have immediate results or probably issues, or probably in like 6 months, 1 year, and probably you have those problems, and most times patients can't even link it backwards
because of time and
time, yes, and probably where we are, they link it to I'm advised. I mean whatever that's not clinically proven. I mean Ghana has a medical board, we have Food and Drugs Board whatever that's not are certified by the Food and Drugs Board. I advise people to stay away from such things.
Why is that no new tree? Anyway, now Dr. Daniel, you be boost to immune system now. In this COVID season, so.
Like I said, I always talk about Africa. In Africa, we have everything here. Yeah, the fruits are all over the place, and it's painful when you go to the market. You see oranges, decaying and other fruits. So I think basically eat very good food, balanced diet, follow the protocols, and oranges, pineapples, vitamin C. It's very, very important, and even at that, the zinc. I mean, once you eat very healthy food and you do what you have to do and follow the protocols and exercise. It's important. We don't exercise.
Yes.
Exercise is very, very important, extremely very important. It stimulates the immune system, to work at its apex. So balanced diet, all of the extraneous things like the herbs you're taking, I don't think it's necessary. Once you follow the protocols, eat well, hydrate yourself, very important. Take lots of fruits. I think that should be enough.
Okay. Doc, that's CP. Thanks so much.
Thank you too.
For your time. Dr. Chidi, now I'm supposed to be young. Say, new tree, you're shooting now. I'm from no new tree. I'm so to me. No, be at the tin tree. The no, the good some. No. 9 year red. Now, or the you intend any or sitting tree. No, our properties very good for malaria and sudden, but. Unyam prove winti toxics bi o ma enu ti na enuro na yeah for anti-malaria and sanu nyina omo de herbs na bi na ye but go through purification processes bi mu ti nim tree no ha akwasi beauty queen wa hye nim tree or the petition ogo de or the petition hye nim tree yes.
That's very dangerous. It's even neem tree in itself can actually it can destroy your stomach actually in a layman's term. Okay. And when you add apetishi is a conk alcohol. It's actually very conk alcohol. That's a very horrible combination. Wow. Yes, we see those things in the hospitals every day, and I'm trying to imagine people drink. If they have. I can't comprehend, but Dr.
Chidi.
I've been feeling cold here because I need. That's a different level. I think, but we should take this seriously.
Yeah.
I've been seeing lots of people, with bottles. Typically people don't even hydrate. So seeing people now with colored bottles, I'm like, what's that? Like, it's a combination of different herbs, and it's for it's fight against coronavirus. Somewhere last week, someone walked into the office with dry gin, actually. Dry gin. And I tried, after I see patients, most of the times I pour some alcohol just to make sure and keep social distance. But he took off there's a dry gin in a paper. You want to have in a paper.
Yeah.
He actually took it from his pocket and opened it with his teeth and poured that in his hand and asked him why. He says this what has been keeping him from coronavirus. All this.
No, they already saw the gin
as a sanitizer actually. And it was. It's shocking.
So I must say, at the end, I must say a sanitizer. It was 70% alcohol. And now we look at it, so a conk alcohol.
That was the
I don't
argument.
fall minimum.
Yeah, that was the argument.
So sanitizer to me, every part influence are there. Say no minimum to look at it for.
No, challenging me. He asked me how come he hasn't gotten coronavirus. That he wishes. People can actually embark on that what he's doing. Like he feels, the whatever strong alcohol like apetishi. Apetishi strongly has this, unshakable belief that it's a preventive measure. He says he puts some drops in he has a kid. He has 2 children. It was shocking. I just he
puts a drop
every morning. There's a drop. He puts a drop in. He has a child who's they're kids. I think 3 years, 4 years. Just drops in your mouth and and that's kept them all this while. And it's a strong belief, And I felt sad, and a very noble man, but it's one of those things.
Look.
Obi.
It's like he puts one
drops into the kid's mouth.
And,
So the neem tree plus the thing is not good.
No, it's horrible. But Obi, you're asking. I mean, are you?
I want to be double sure.
You're double sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Obi. Okay, but it's okay. I mean, it's not. Obi, it's not good.
Wow,
it's not good.
Bright Bafuentry, Norway, is listening. He says I should say hi.
Yeah, regards to him so much. I mean, he's a big mentor. Very big mentor. Regards to him so much.
Very well. Our national teams have been cleared to, the princesses.
Country.
Made in Sniyamo Makonya say, Omanpenye BM say, Omon share training as a medical doctor. At Futu Ben now the Bemom in terms of how to keep themselves, in terms of the protocols, national team campaign. What should the players do? What shouldn't they do to make sure they are safe?
Well, I will say this. Okay, I really trust and believe in the GFA medical committee. I think for them to have told them to go ahead to train, I guess they must have submitted a good proposal to the government, and I mean, I think they know what they have to do. So I mean, my belief is, I mean, they are at the top there. They know the right thing to be done. So I trust their verdict, GFA Medical Committee. I mean, they know what they have to do. It's still going to be the same preventive measures, but when it comes to football, it's quite different. I guess they have to go through the COVID. They have to also try and quarantine themselves a little bit in the stadium. They have to live in proximity to the stadium, and the same protocols have to be followed.
Very well. When medicals, in 2012, Revell Morrison, former United player, now Cologne or Birmingham City, or Philly medicals, is answer no enya kaka. Ghana hano mo ye medicals na mo check it because
kaka is it toothache decay.
Yeah, probably extreme case.
Extreme
£28,000 to fix that challenge. Mo ye medicals na ya mo check it place nisi.
Like I said in the previous time I came here, I mean, what we're doing, if you look at the FIFA protocol, the pre-competition medical assessment, I told you it's a 16-page book, okay? But, there are certain modifications. FIFA in itself hasn't really met a strong consensus on this is the one-way screening you have to do. So I actually, and my backroom staff, myself, we put in other things like the teeth. For example, I think I'll tell you why actually he wasn't, he failed the medicals. There's a direct link between what we call kaka here and something called endocarditis.
Okay.
So there's a link between your teeth and your heart, so that an infection in your teeth can actually affect your heart and predispose you. Like I told you, sudden cardiac death, lots of things can trigger sudden cardiac death in football. So if there's an infection in the tooth and it gets into the systemic system, on the long run it can trigger sudden cardiac death. So that probably basically that's the strong reason why. And I think I applaud them for So
Obi, this a question being, but Facebook is on fire on the name tree bet.
Yeah, I know they'll bash me.
In Shabba Rock, he was a big asked doctor. For me, what is research on neem tree for him to condemn it?
But well, as we know, I mean, with all due respect to him, we're trying to manage or probably treat COVID, not malaria. Like I said earlier on, of course, neem tree has been shown to have anti-malaria properties. Even at that, it still has to go through the process of purification. Neem tree is known to have lots of toxins. Every leaf has toxins. So I mean, I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, neem tree good as strong association as an anti-malaria, but neem tree coronavirus, no, I beg to differ.
Okay. Well, Chairman, back to my question. Now, player Bisu.
Last one.
Player Bisu Liverpool. No Huddersfield Town or moved to Liverpool in 1974. Your friend Frank Worthington. Also, failing medical license. Too much sex. When you high blood pressure. This question has always come up.
Is too much sex? It says too much sex good or good?
Yes. Even for
players, for any ordinary person.
High blood pressure, and it's been associated with too much sex. What was the relationship? Then second one, they say, almost say and he say have sex. We have sex cry after Dr. Prince Pambu can say we have sex now. Dikwedu bakwa. We bet me abobo no. What session on sex and football to say?
You see, as a sports physician, we will think differently. And I think I'll go with Dr. Prince Pambo. I mean, he's quite very experienced and a very good mentor for me. Not without prejudice. I mean, sex in itself, it's some form of exercise. Okay, you burn calories.
Okay.
So if you go into a match with a calories deficit, okay, the issue is you need to refill.
Okay.
Yeah, and banana in itself has lots of calories.
Okay.
But I mean, well, in our setting, I mean, a lot of quotation marks with sex. I think those are myths. Okay, as a sports physician, I'll beg to differ. Yeah.
Okay. So sex is good for football.
Okay, apart from football, cry, your man normal life. Just win here, say your football for cry.
But it's healthy. It's healthy.
It's healthy.
So before a game, a player can have sex before a game.
No. I mean, there's no consensus. As a sports physician, FIFA is the governing body, so there's no consensus that says okay, a player is mandated to have sex. But the private life, when it comes to football, players' private life, ethical issues. I mean, I think players should be respected when it comes to. Well, as a sports physician, that's what I think. That's why I told you initially I go with Prince Pambo. The issue is about not going into a match after a 1 hour bout of sex. It means you're going to play two different matches, probably with different venues.
Yes.
I mean, two different matches. Yes. So the issue is to refill. Actually.
Okay. But is it normal, ordinary person like Obi, or wait me about so much, every day? Like, is it good every day or twice a day or not twice a week?
Well, it depends on the couple. It depends on. It's actually it's subjective. If you have predisposing factors, like I told you, sex in itself is a form of exercise, and you have a condition or a heart problem that exercise will actually induce. Actually, then it's especially the same thing. It's like running around Pajo and actually somebody collapses. That's why probably you hear people collapse after sex. So they have underlying issues that wasn't seen in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dr. Sampini. Dr. Sampini say Ochewa, the way the student.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my very big mentor too. I also
say asama okamba nimtri na you spot on. It's people should listen to you. No, Obi, Nimtri never
big up to doctor. Big up to
nah, Nimtri, you can't know I say how. And that no, I'm saying Nimtri never say.
Yeah, you're a crowd.
Obi, you have it in the fridge, or where do you have it?
I have a big pan full of neem tree and huentia and ginger.
So you put some ice in it and you just chill.
No, you heat it and you are able to
hot like that. You separate.
Later in the evening too, we have the other one, and the other one you say is dangerous.
No, I cancel baby.
Look, I want to show you this picture. Usually before when you monitor football clubs and the signing of players during medicals, they have this. Look, what is this? So we'll share live on Facebook. Bones a player need daho near the humabi. I say omo de humabi to players na kuma. So what does this give you?
Yeah, well, the blue thing, the blue things on the chest actually leads. They are leads, okay, and they're for ECG,
okay.
But there are no wires right now, so I guess they are about to start the ECG. You can see one on the right, on the right arm, forearm. I mean, and so basically ECG. So this is what we place on the chest. You see, it's arranged properly, and we connect this to the ECG machine, and it gives us a printout. That's what we call the ECG. I mean, that's a printout of the ECG. Yeah. So this is what actually. So he's going for cardiac assessment. This is the first cardiac assessment he does, the ECG.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they say there's a friend body fat score.
Yeah. So body fat score. It's when it comes to this is a measurement of the body.
Okay.
You know, muscle and fat ratio. Okay, it's part of the anthropometry. So the body fat score, it's we have calculations, we have how we do it, and there are certain machines designed to do that work very well too. So actually it's part of telling us how fit the player is. And usually, don't forget, during vacation, pre-season, the issue with weight gains, just like the screening I did, lots of patients who have weight gains, but those are modifiable factors that can be changed. We have no modifiable one, like a footballer on a wheelchair who has a spinal disorder, okay, that's not more viable for the meantime. So this is basically an ECG. I think that's Alonso.
Yeah, it shall be Alonso.
Alonso. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyone know? Well, Dr. Sampere was after me. I say, Chidi every dinner drink because on the microphone to be a question now no answer at home. And now Dr. Chidi is the same thing.
Yeah, but he taught me. So
yes.
He taught me very well. So.
It means you were also a very good student.
Yeah, he taught me.
But I said name tree and people should take it very serious. Wow. My friend Niagara. See name tree there. Name tree now I could see beautiful or their petition. Or their petition.
Poison, seriously. Poison. Yeah. So was it offering you? Was it going to offer you a cup or a glass?
I don't cup.
So when I'm going, you give me all the gallons and all the buckets. I'll take them with me. I discard.
Hey, but it's not in him to know. Everybody a shallow card.
Hey. All
right, Doc.
But I feel one last thing. I feel. I mean, there should be education now. Yeah. The government should. Well, we always talk about the government. I mean, we as a people should actually know what's not, what's wrong, or what's right. You know, because I see people around. I go through Doom KJT. I see people actually have them on standby, like refilling. And I've been asking. They're like the neem tree, and I mean. It's not the best. Okay. And I guess babies even, if you have a man who actually dropped alcohol, I mean, I'm sure children will actually take the neem tree.
Neem tree in the men from Mankrano.
No, you shouldn't take it.
Okay.
It's very poisonous.
Okay. Not so below, they say. Beetroot.
Sobolo, it's hibiscus.
Yeah, hibiscus.
And that's at a different level.
Yeah.
Okay. Sobolo is not neem tree. Neem tree is highly toxic and poisonous.
Okay.
Sobolo in itself, in excess, can actually be toxic.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why you need to dissolve in water. You need to get the right diluent. Okay, but I mean, taking a lot of Sobolo every day. I see people doing it every day. It's poisonous. Okay, those things contain, natural pigments.
Okay.
And those pigments are toxic to the kidney. The kidneys don't like pigments. Okay. And it's a problem when you take those.
See, one bottle a day be okay.
Oh well, 1 bottle a day is fine. But I mean, Sobolo is nice. The more you take it, you always want to take one, isn't it? Yeah. So the body actually finds it difficult, handling those things in excess. And as human beings, what do we call excess? It's subjective. You know, OB can take a full gallon of neem tree, and it's okay. But someone else takes, a cup of it, and it's a problem. So Obi, no neem tree again. All right then.
Doc, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I tell you, Dr. Chidi, neem tree no what? Okay. Gogula busy neem oil is good. Just pour a drop into hot water and bath with it. I talk about what we are. I'm for neem tree. I'm going to be too quick. Okay. And therefore, you're going to break with money and wrap it up. Neem tree.